So previously we got our third badge. Gambling is legal, I think. I didn't do anything with berries because I've been focused on doing that for emeralds. I have bicycle, it's the fast one. Let's do the zoomy bike route race thing. Alright, you want to start left there. This bike is so unruly. That's why this is a challenge. 14 times. Okay. How we doing, chat? How's it going? Oh, well, that's not a typical, also a cat noise. How's it going, Miho? How you doing? Right, so, do any of my mons actually know Rock Smash? Probably not. Oh, you do, okay. Right, I sacrificed it on Lombre for now, just because I'm gonna need a mon with it. Right, so it's just up this way, right? Have I fought the trainers around here? Probably. Not actually. Am I leaving with Grovile again? I'm doing okay. Yeah, probably also not. Right, yeah, you were holding that. So who am I leveling? Lombre, probably. Everything level related that's evolved is evolved though, so I think I actually just focus on you. And that Chimney view around here is nice too. That's good for that. Let me in! Oh. Okay, I was about to say, did I actually fight everybody? I'm not gonna sing with you. I didn't sing the first 2 playthroughs. I'm not doing it now. Not good for me. You know wing attack. And you didn't use it. Okay. I could have countered with my own quick attack to outspeed it, but it wouldn't have killed. It would have used wing attack and I would have been sad. Good thing Dark is special in this gen. But yeah, I spent some time editing, rendering, and some recording and some uploading and everything else, so we are actually in business. I am 2 weeks ahead for the first time in a very long time. Does that mean I've not actually fought you? Okay, yeah. No, I fought you. I haven't fought you! They're not gonna buckle easily, friend! Well, good for them. Oh yeah, you have like a bunch of really low level rocks. So yeah, I'm 2 weeks ahead. I have content planned out. I have stream stuff about to be reorganized. By about to, I mean I want to finish the Final Fantasy block. I talked about this on Thursday on Twitter, but I'm going to again when more people are like here. FF2 is kind of a game I'm not looking forward to streaming specifically. Because the amount of people that, like, you don't Twitter... Okay, well, there's a reason I'm talking about it now. And I'm gonna talk about it later as well. FF2 is a very polarizing game. It is one of the weakest entries in the series. But I don't consider it an irredeemably bad game either. So, but I know a lot of people that just like to bash things. And it's like, I don't mind criticism. I don't mind critical analysis of a game. I don't mind, you know, people just kind of like, I didn't care for this. But people like to, oh, irredeemable, bad, dumb, garbage game liked by bad, dumb, garbage people, or bad, lol, bad game, lol. I think it has a lot to do with tone. Yeah, I saw that coming. And it's like, the amount of, I'm not really prepared mentally to handle people just bashing something just to be bashy about it. Up there with 13 and 15 and 8. People don't like 8 very much. At least favorite mon is that Geodude, because you fight them a million times. Yeah, true. She's like low kick or something. Karate chop's fine too. Oh wait, never mind. I don't resist. I keep thinking grass resists fight for some reason, and it's not even close to accurate. But like FF2 is like one of the most widely hated Final Fantasies. Misha, what is up, Hilo? Like, so many people just outright dismiss it as a game. And I'm not about that. People who know me know that I will find something positive to say about any game. Like, and you know, also people that have known me a long time, I've worked really hard to escape unending negativity, especially that pervades the internet. And, like, culture from people who also grew up in the 90s, where, like, liking stuff is dumb, dumping on stuff is cool. And, like, a lot of that South Park Family Guy reactionary humor that I just, like, worked really hard to purge from myself. And still working on removing from myself. So, FF2, I know a lot of people personally and on the internet as a whole, like people I actually know, and, you know, comments I've seen in message boards, that outright bash FF2 as an irredeemable, bad, dumb, garbage game for dumb idiots. And I'm very much not about that. So I went into this on Twitter. I'm gonna be kind of really unpleasant when it comes to streaming Final Fantasy 2. Because someone's gonna come in, oh, bad game, lol, why are you playing this garbage, lol, gray space, no face? And I'm gonna be like, get the hell out my channel. And I'm not gonna care who is a regular and who is not when it comes to telling people, hey, don't come in completely bashing. I'm not about that. My community's not about that. It's about keeping tone in my community. Labadil, what is up, Hilo? Personally attacked, maybe not the dumb idiots part, that's weird, yeah. Gray space, no face, yeah. There's a quote from Diablo 2, I think very apt at this point, all that Twitters is not holds true. No, nothing of FF2. FF2 is the game came right after the original Final Fantasy, experimental and everything was up in the air, yeah. Every single NES era game had a very weird sequel, Final Fantasy is no exception. Also, can I get a shout out for Blabadil, please and thanks. Might dislike 12 more than 2. Dislike I have no problem with. When someone says, okay, this game is not my cup of tea, no problem. I think this game is the weakest because X. Perfectly fine. You know, I hope you enjoy it more than I did. Very, very fine. Very good. Game dumb bad garbage. No, I'm not about that. I don't want to set a tone in my community for just bashing things. If you're on Primal Blabadil, then yes, probably. Yeah, okay, right. Yeah, I remember Mint mentioning it too. But like, I don't care if people dislike something. That's fine. It is absolutely okay to not like something. But I don't believe there is a single work of media, of entertainment at all, that I feel is artistically with zero merit. Now there are some things where it's like, okay, I don't think this really has a place. But I don't believe in dismissing any piece of media, game, movie, show, music, whatever, as irredeemable. I believe everything can have merit. And we're so caught up in review culture on YouTube and stuff where, you know, people are just quick to bash things and tear things down. Especially popular things or things people like. And it's like, I think that kind of bled into a lot of the collective unconscious. Where it's like, we're just all too happy to just like tear things down and not look at any positives, you know? Like, I don't believe in tearing something down without looking at the positives first. Alright, you're gonna give me a chance here. I want to get an encounter, but you're not gonna let me. Ah. Cheat, sister. Random Steam shovelware, see what oh, yeah, no, absolutely, I have. But I probably would find something at least enjoyable out of it. Like, if it was free, I got what I paid for, you know what I mean? Like, putting a silver lining on something. Similar mine to date, haven't played Final Fantasy 13, and until you do, you won't say you hate it. I don't hate 13. There is not a Final Fantasy I outright hate. My personal opinion is that I think 13 is the weakest of the mainline Final Fantasies. But also, I don't care much for 4, so, you know, a lot of Final Fantasy fans already threw my opinion in the bin. But, like, I don't mind if someone comes in and says, I didn't care for this. Or this, I didn't like this. You know, that's fine. That's an opinion. I'm not gonna knock it down. It's when people come in trying to speak objectively about a game that I'm playing or, like, a piece of media, music, movie, whatever, and just say, it is bad, lol. You're more than 4 years old. Please use words. Please use better words than bad, lol. I'm up for debate. I'm up for talking about why something was not so great, or why something was weak, etc., etc. I didn't care for this as a hot take. That's fine. If it's more than just bad game, lol. No, irredeemable. Your opinion is wrong, you're wrong for liking, kind of thing. Like, that's where I'm going with that, is I didn't care for this is personal, and I'm not gonna argue that. That is your taste. It is not my place to try and persuade you otherwise. But what I won't do is sit and listen to people trying to tell me I'm wrong for trying to find something positive in something that is very vastly considered not a strong entry. Like, yeah, I'm not gonna sit here and say Final Fantasy II is the best Final Fantasy. Absolutely not. But what I'm not gonna do is sit there and bash, because that's not good content. I don't care what YouTube's algorithm says and what evidence says otherwise. I don't find just bashing things forever good content. I think it's boring, I think it's lazy. I think it just kind of leads into some pretty bad habits socially, sociologically. I want to set a positive tone in my community, therefore I don't bash things. Also, it is very much a personal thing. I wouldn't say escaped friend groups is not the right word, but I have put distance between people that I have known for a very long period of time because I was tired of the unending negativity around, here's every sin is committed by Godzilla. It's weird because I say this and I actually kind of don't hate CinemaSins. I hate every single knockoff of CinemaSins because they miss the point. But I don't inherently hate CinemaSins. Alright, yeah, I can't get to the thing. I don't like the, yeah, telling someone they're wrong for liking something. Or like even the implication of. Or waiting until I find a fault in something and go, see, you're just like me, you're just as cynical as I am. And you hate the world too. Like, no, please, stop. Was that guy for a long time super negative about games people liked. Straying away from that, it's just not, it's draining. It is tiring, it is exhausting. It's a waste, an absolute abject waste of energy to just bash things. And like I've gotten away from like a lot of that. I've been trying to for the last, and I slip into it sometimes, especially if I'm like already tilted. But you know, I don't want to set that tone in my community of bashing things. There are plenty of big channels that do that. I don't want to do that. Do I have any, like, organic Paralyz heals? Well, technically organic would be the berry. Well, I have 3, so we're gonna play a fun game called I'll Deal With It. Yeah, exactly, Vern. That exact, word for word, how I feel about this, the topic. I feel very strongly about that. Nice one-turn rollout, you nerd. I see you like Final Fantasy II. Let me sip my tea and explain why you are not only factually wrong, but why I am here to save you from the sin known as Final Fantasy II. Yes, quite. Yeah, that. Okay, here we go. Like, and I used to be like that too. I speed type through Paralyzed Lamau. Oh no, I don't. You just use Vital Throw. Like, I used to sit in those circles. I used to run in circles where we would just bash things all day. Wow, look at this garbage game, Lamau. And it's like a lot of them were also indie games, which in retrospect left a terrible taste in my mouth. Hate my father, how dare you like it? I'll have you know, yes, quite. It burned down my 3rd country club. That's the voice I'm gonna use for people that just like, it's like the empty bashing is what I don't like. The hollow lack of actual criticism. Game bad, lol. No, tell me why. Explain in words. Just bad, lol. Game, like, the game is a hot mess, sure. But, like, you know, I refuse to live in a world where I can just look at something and be like, nah, this game has problems, therefore it's bad forever. No redeemable qualities ever. I refuse to live my life like that anymore. I have spent the last few years working on erasing that mindset from myself. And guy actually speaking. Okay, that one's acceptable. I'll accept that because it's funny and also completely nonsensical. See, that's fine. Like, I'm not gonna sit and defend FF2 as the best. It's not. But, you know, I refuse to also think it's completely irredeemable as a game. And maybe I'll soften how much I hate the game after I played it myself, but maybe I won't because Pixel Remaster makes a lot of things better anyway. I'm very much a Pixel Remaster apologist, though. The hell, I absolutely die on that hill. I think Pixel Remaster is just great. Now, would I call it perfect? No. but I think it's great. You ever just have coffee that tastes like dish soap? Because I have coffee that tastes like dish soap and it's not pleasant. Right, I was gonna go through and I forgot to do this last time. I was gonna go through and like see what levels I wanted to take Lombre and Gloom before I evolve them. In COVID a few months ago, coffee tastes like gasoline. Dang. My coffee tastes like dish soap because I washed my coffee pot last night. And apparently, according to my coffee's taste right now, I did a terrible job at that. Okay, let me check Route 112. I'm not getting a new Grassmon for like a really long time. I already know that, but time to take your compact disc and then like not listen to your mixtape. Oh wait, Roselia knows cut. I didn't realize. I thought there were more trainers between the old lady rest loop. In search of trainers. What did I say last time? Absorb. Go trainer replied, go home. That's deep, that's deep. We decided not to go home though. We're going to continue to follow this trainer because our ratings are absolutely plummeting. A raspberry. I don't care about... You know what? No, I'm gonna pick them. Don't like Heaven's Word. Yeah, no, I like Heaven's Word. I also don't hate Stormblood. That's my hot take for 14. You know, I'm not gonna linger on the FF2 thing, but it's like, that's the mindset I have when I'm talking about how apprehensive I am about streaming Final Fantasy II. Like, everyone's welcome, just don't be objective with your opinions, I guess is the like, TLDR. If you're gonna come in and be objective with your opinions, you better back it up with, like, actual hard fact that is measured by numbers. Or just wait till I play something else. But the amount of, I actually don't care, I will time people out for making their opinions objective. And I don't care who it is. Like, you know, I didn't like this, is weak entry, that's fine. But game bad lol, now you owe me more than that. Kind of thing. I feel like it's a good Eldritch creepypasta. Yeah, probably. There really is, yeah. Yeah, that's right, flip that coin. I keep saying that in my recordings, what I mean is, yeah, lose that coin flip. Or flip that coin, see what happens, but I just keep saying, yeah, flip that coin. And, like, I realize watching my own content while I edit is, like, first off, I do say some funny things. I do actually kind of like my content delivery style thing. Super potion. Oh, it was only a super potion, though. That's fine. Absorb hits neutrally. On-content, gameplay content was not so good, yeah. Alexander raids were okay. I didn't do the Savage, so I can't say anything. Gordius was a hot mess on release, from what I heard. Profile might die. Right, yeah, you still have those. What do you actually have? Nothing. Leech Seed won't work here, but you are strong. It was worse than last time. It was mathematically impossible to clear without weeks of gear. So, like, no one cleared it week 1, like, legit, because I thought people did. Crit and poison. Love to see the computer be in the computer this time. It was physically impossible to clear week 1, yeah. We want people to see the fights, but not actually clear them until they've grinded out a bunch of tomes. So we're balancing around that. The week 5th living liquid kill and it took a few months. Wow. Or week 5, not server 5. Okay. Or not week 5 server. Okay, whatever. Right, I can read. I am good at the English language. But no one's good at the English language, so it's actually okay. But like, I also like. No, I can't words. It's not. Oh wait, no. I read that as you like heck posting my also lack of grammaring. So check. We're playing chess, but chess is who is worse at English. Heavensward comments because tired of being murdered by Thornton 3 times a week. You know what? Fair. Speculated players were as good as they are today, maybe it wouldn't be impossible. I kind of agree with that sentiment, that if people, like if a classic server came up, or a time portal or something came up, and like, people went back to that era, I think a week 1 clear would be possible. I think someone could suss it out. People clear do Cobb, so I think people could clear week 1 Gordius, min-eye level. That doesn't make it good, though. To say, hey, we're releasing this raid series, you're not clearing the first week. Okay, why am I trying? Oh, you need to prog and get better at mechanics with under-leveled gear. No, that's not how that works, though, because, like, I need to figure out this content. And part of that is, how much damage am I taking from these raid wides, therefore planning my mitigation. Like, I'm a casual raider, but that is a big part of it, because I was a tank main for, like, most of Shadowbringers. I've decided I don't want to fight that kid. Not really, anyway. Need an invuln for living liquid and had paladin. Cooldown didn't reset on wipes at 5 minutes. Yeah, no, like, that was another thing, like... It's just objectively bad that cooldowns just did not reset on wipe back then, so waiting around, like, multiples of minutes between pulls was not good. Heavensward was a great expansion unless you savage raided. Then it sucked. Until Creator. You were brought back then, woke up one day and you were a caster. Yeah. God. Back when I was first starting Final Fantasy XIV, I leveled everything to 15 because I wanted to see what I liked. I was between Thaumaturge and Archer. I picked Archer because I liked not having cast bars and being able to move around freely. And then I realized I was in Heavensward way too late. By the time I got to Heavensward, it's like, oh, I should have just stuck with Black Mage. Didn't matter because Stormblood came out and Red Mage came out and it was just the best job. I don't play Red Mage in 14 for the aesthetic. It would be a meme that would die really fast if I didn't genuinely enjoy playing Red Mage. You know, some of the classes were busted strong, they were mandatory, yeah. Although, I did know people that went in with the, very much not meta jobs that were deemed unusable. Astro was so bad, Launch Paladin was too. Oh yeah. I don't mean on launch, but like back during creator tier, there was still a lot of talk of this job is unusable. If you bring it, you're griefing. And, like take all the jobs that they said were bad and run like all of Creator Savage and cleared multiple times. But like I don't know about on launch. Your Black Mage from AR to the end of Shadowbringers became Reaper for Shadowbringers quest, all of Endwalker, yeah. Dark Knight was a Shining God. Oh, on Gordius, yeah. Oh, Gordius launched not AR. Oh, yeah. Claims like this, Heaven's Word is the time closest to... Yeah, exactly. Like, Heaven's Word, it was believable, but I still had friends go in on the last tier with the jobs that were quote-unquote unusable and clear, so... So, like, you know, grain of salt and all that. This is also my favorite area musically. People say things like that now, and I actually believe for some reason. Nowadays, it's straight up not true. Nowadays, it's about, like, the exact opposite of true. The reason I'm not fighting the ninja kids that I see is because they typically do poison type. Although Braylon is a candidate because strength, just like brute force. Puff. Usually typecast is DPS, been trying to play more Sage, people wanting to say DPS. Don't listen to what other people say. Like in extreme content, in high-end content, like, you know, extreme, savage, whatever. In Savage, you want to stick to what you're like best at because gearing a second job is really, really, really tedious and difficult. But for things like extremes, play whatever you like. Literally look at the numbers on a graph, see it's untrue, the balance is good. Yeah, the balance is like some of the best it's ever been. Dancer needed a lot of help, and in my opinion still kind of needs help, but like, even, cause like, my friend Q was a Dancer main for all of Asphodelos. And cleared, I think before the Dancer buffs came out, was at least in P4S. So cleared P3S pre-buff. Unusable job, by the way. Granted, it needed the help, but it was far from unusable. Compared to late Shadowbringers. Well, yeah, but late expansion balance is always going to be better than early expansion balance. That's just true. They're never going to get it right, especially considering, they had to tweak a lot of the, like, they had to do the numbers crunch for Endwalker, so of course the balance is going to be all screwy. I'm impressed that it wasn't as bad as it could have been. Finish some me skip because internet issues. Don't worry about it, a lot of people don't finish their first tier, and like, you know, there's always next tier, there's always when you have better internet, etc, etc. Dancer is amazing in Dragon Song. Yeah, now. Like, pre-buff, it needed help. It wasn't unusable, but its damage was like, it was almost getting out DPS'd by tanks. Machinist was doing fine damage, was just a little screwy. Unless you're talking about, like, pre-rework Machinist. Leaving stuff unfinished. I would not try to do that. You will burn out. You don't want to burn out on a, like, throwing your face at a savage tier just to, like, hit a wall and then not want to play the game for, like, a year. Machinist was doing fine in Asphodelos, numbers-wise. Bard was always the preferred out of the ranged fizz, but, like, push group doing Machinist because you couldn't beat Curtain Call. Really? Machinist numbers weren't that bad. Dancer numbers were that bad. Machinist numbers were fine. Bard does more utility, yeah. But like Dancer's DPS on Endwalker release was like very, very, very low. Like, no joke, it was comparable to the tanks. Like, we saw numbers. It was comparable to the tanks. And I'm not talking an unoptimized Dancer either. I'm talking about Dancer playing more or less optimally. Being, like, having a tank right on their tail. Hyper-focus or don't do anything at all. No middle ground. Find middle ground. Don't go into extremes. Especially, like, okay, don't go into absolutes and extremes in a philosophical level if it's all or nothing. I didn't finish any tier in Stormblood. It doesn't anymore, and a good Dancer would still out DPS a Dark Knight, but only just. Strive Savage without being hyper. Exactly. It is a marathon, not a sprint. If you get around to it at the end of the expansion, so be it. Friend circles are pretty casual and have Asphodella Savage cleared, yeah. A lot of my friends had never raided and were absolutely never raiding ever for never ever. And cleared Asphodellas. And it was really, really cool to see. Like, it was really cool seeing my friends who were, I'm never gonna raid ever. Multiple friends get into it, and also some of them cleared. And it was super, super cool to see. Being behind on anything. You're not behind. Because okay, you didn't do something while it was current does not mean you're behind. You get there when you get there. There is no being behind, because you're caught up on the MSQ, and that's like the only thing you can tangibly be behind on. Because here's the thing, when 6.2 rolls out, none of the gear that comes from this raid tier is going to matter. You're going to be able to craft stuff, and that's the gear you're going to take in. It's going to be 10 levels higher than Best in Slot right now. Best in Slot is largely a trophy. Unless you're an Ultimate Raider, Best in Slot is largely pointless. There's like very, very, very little actual reason to get Best in Slot, unless you're an Ultimate Raider. And you're super new, Burn. I wouldn't recommend chasing that. Ton of people in 14 try to log shame or laugh because you haven't cleared before tier is unlocked. Yeah, exactly. 100% disregard and ignore those people. They are factually incorrect and do not matter. They are weak and will not survive the winter. There is no being behind. Never finished 07S. Rather, I thought we got you 07S. I could have sworn. Not current. Maybe not. I could have sworn we got you in with the with my current static, and we got you that clear. Like, not unsynced, but like. And people make fun of you clearing Ucob in 20 times. Like, are you for? Yeah, it's Ucob. I don't care how much harder it was on content, quote unquote. It's still Ucob. Not the 08. Yeah, we never got 08S without unsyncing it. Dislikes not finishing current content. Wait for downtime and ask, Burn. Like, yeah, maybe people say no, but like, you know. If you're ever around in game, Les, we can always get you that clear of outage. People will probably be down to like farm that. Get you the mount and anything else you want. Yeah, this tier is still very much current content. It's not current content until 6.2. And even then, 6.2 is gonna come out. Yeah, you'll outgear it by like a decent bit with crafted stuff even. Better than Biss, but like, you still have to know what you're doing. Like, we took some friends. Hell, I took Lelu into E4S from Shadowbringers when when Eden's Promise was the current tier, the last tier was current. You still have to kind of know what you're doing. Like, you're not getting carried. You still have to kind of know mechanics, even at the very end of the expansion. That's at the very end of the expansion when a lot of people, when half the group knew what they were doing, teaching the fight, and also best in slot for the expansion. Like, full Relic and full Biss and everything. We were done with raiding and taking people who had not raided before in Savage through E4S. And, like, you skip a lot of mechanics, but, like, you still have to know what you're doing. Like, if one person not knowing what they're doing will still cause a wipe, it's still mechanically a thing. 8 people on farm is when it becomes free. But teaching the fight, even at the end of an expansion, is still, it's maybe not current, but, you know. Yeah, this tier just unlocked. There's a rush of people farming it. I'm very much burnt out on raiding at the moment, even still. But still got to do the level 90. I'll be honest, I'm not going to go into names because there are people that are probably avoiding Endwalker story spoilers, so I'm avoiding names, and I politely asked chat to do the same. But yeah, I'm kind of disappointed by the by EX3. I'll be honest, I'm a little disappointed by it. Beyond Frontline's Dark, I haven't even tested current internet content yet. Hyper focus on your game. That one's fine. I've been hyper-focused on a lot of things. Same difficulty as the first two. It's a little harder, but it's not as hard as any of the other, like, final boss EX. Like, it's the easiest of the final boss EXs by, like, a pretty wide margin. I learned it in a lockout, and that's where I'm disappointed by it. I don't think it's a bad fight, but like I was expecting way more, and that's all I'm gonna say about it. But yeah, being hyper-focused on your game, I've been hyper-focused on content creation. I've been hyper-focused on recording and editing, and preparing the subathon, which will happen sometime next month, actually. I have a date in mind, but I'm gonna announce that later. I recommend, Burn, figuring out some way to alter that mentality. It's the politest way I can say that. Not because I think you're, like, factually wrong or something, but because it's not healthy. To be like, I have to do this right this second, right now, or never do Savage again for the rest of my life. I know you, and I know you like to jump to those extremes. It's not healthy. I recommend wholeheartedly not doing that. All or nothing is a terrible way to live. Source, I used to live in all or nothing. Trust me. It is a terrible way to live. Hyper-focus playing on the Legend of Heroes series. Almost all you've been doing. Yeah, noticed. I try to lurk in your streams when I can, but it's also a series that is like a very big, well-known RPG series that I need to play myself someday. So it's like, I want to support my friend who is streaming this, but also I want to not get spoiled on this game that I want to play myself someday. Barely got through P1S, and that was before the move. How many other EX and Shadowbringers? They're fun. If you are ever around in game, Les, hit me up. I am bored enough to log on to that game sometimes. What else are you? You're not Lynette. Yeah. It spoils you, yeah. Like, I'll throw hosts and stuff, but if I'm hosting and you're playing that game, expect me to not hang around. But I will gladly support. Ninja Omega or Eden. Oh no, people will farm the hell out of those. Do the Eden quests. Unlock Savage. Those were fun fights. I'd be down for those. Some 14 friends push the series hard and very impressed. Definitely recommend to any RPG fan. I want to start with Trails in the Sky. All my Pokemon does is roar. I'm trying to encourage a friend to play through the game. Recently got through 3.0, haven't started on 3.x. Stopping after 3.0 is... I mean, I guess if that's all you did, you get tired of it, yeah. My name is Fisherman Nolan. I am 33 years old. I live in the western part of Falabor, where the bridge is, and I am not married. I work as a fisherman, and I am home by 7 p.m. every day. After 20 minutes of stretches and a glass of warm milk, I have no trouble sleeping through the night. I'm trying to explain that I'm someone who just wants to have a very quiet life. Although, if I ever... I'm not concerned with Pokemon battles and winning and losing, which would cause me to lose sleep at night. But if I were to have a fishing battle with someone, I wouldn't lose to anyone. I don't know why this guy is Yoshikage Kira, but, like, here we are. If I were to battle anyone in fishing, I wouldn't lose to anyone, part 2. My name is Fisherman Cloud. I'm 33 years old. I live on a bridge west of Falaport and I'm not married. Doom, in order, Skies, Crossbell, Cold Steel. Okay. Moon Cry over... Yeah. Data center travel being a thing, being down to help with stuff too. Yeah, data center travel's a thing. Anyone playing on NA, guess what? We can play together now. I've already met up with Mint and Sage and friends. Like, I'm on Crystal, but I'm absolutely willing to cross the boundaries between universes and hang out with people. What is up? Hi, hello. Break dog. Yeah. I'm gonna go back to the Focus Center just to get my Mega Drains back at this point. By the way, this video game I'm playing. I've been on so many tangents, but that's like kind of... Like, I notice this when I'm editing. I get, like, on tangents. But... but they're fun. Like, I do like the way I do my commentary. That said, my recordings would be dry as hell if I were doing them alone, so I appreciate people coming by for the recordings. That is a lot of fun. A lot of my stuff does bounce well off of others for something like that. Fill most roles. I can, when it comes to Savage, I have experience tanking, would very much prefer to never tank Savage again, because I did it for, like, 2 tiers. I want to try healing Savage at some point, though. Thank you so much for the 47 months in a row. Welcome back. Thank you so much for rejoining the Red Mage Party for 47 months. Love Hybrid Mag Bags, all of that fun stuff in chat. Thank you so much for the continued support. And friendly reminder, because I talked about this before a lot of people came in, I'm going to be announcing stuff mostly about the subathon between games, but I do have a date in mind, and I have a lineup of games more or less finalized. I have to test them. And you're gonna lead with Fake Out, because of course. Don't hate tanking, considering doing it again next year. I didn't hate it while I was doing it, but I really missed Red Mage, and also I liked getting gear. Enjoyed healing Savage even in your situation. Is only my head on it. Oh, yeah. Off healer. Not to throw shade, but like, hey, my co-healer is new, and they're an Astro in Stormblood, and I'm on White Mage. I'm the off healer. Not naming names, but like, yeah, come on. Let's throw the new person completely into the deep end of the pool with cinder block flippers. Trying out Sage in DSR. Oh god, I don't think I could heal an ultimate. I'll do Uwu someday. I tried that and got to I saw Ifrit. I saw pretty far into Ifrit, so that's cool. Very night and day compared to T, I'll tell you that much. Ooh, is not that bad compared to T. T is awful. I burned out so fast doing T. Choose not to talk about it, at least not this time. Yeah, fair enough. Paladins are first class, favorite aesthetic and gameplay wise. The same Red Mage. Good amount of people Uwu clears teaching them, yeah. Canned out Ultimate Legend titles, yeah. Very backloaded. Oh yeah, no, I like that. Because then I get the feeling of, oh, I can do this, and then the getting back to where I'm actually stuck part isn't so bad. Okay, Senpai Kohai. For AR, I was a bard. For Heavensward, I was a warrior, because I did not like how bard played in Heavensward. For Stormblood, I was a red mage. For for Stormblood, I was a red mage. For Shadowbringers, I was a dark knight. Endwalker, I was a paladin for MSQ. Paladin's really good though, like. Nervous about healing at first, so I'll do it with Sage. When I main Sage, check out the other healers. Sage plays differently from every healer. So you're gonna have to learn habits twice. Paladin rotation is cursed. No, it's not at all, and it's very easy to course correct. It's cursed in Savage because downtime happens irregularly. Like, for E11S, I needed a very, very specific rotation on a spreadsheet, color-coded, in order to do optimal damage in that fight. Paladin rotation is not bad at all, though. It's actually really static, it's just that Savage fights make it unruly. Warrior is a fantastic beginner tank. It has, like, no buttons, and you learn the basics real fast. Yeah, and Warrior has some really nutso buttons, and it's the strongest dungeon tank by far. Feels simple. It's incredibly simple, it's just, it has a lot of buttons. But ultimately, it's fine. Paladin tends to get it the worst, though, because then stuff doesn't align with your personal buffs, and you don't align with 2-minute. Surprising amount of freedom. There ends up being a lot of weird tech with optimizing downtime. Yeah, that's the thing. If you're playing casually, there's like nothing to learn about Paladin. Its rotation is very intuitive, very natural, and just flows. If you're taking it into Savage, you're learning each fight individually, but even more so. But I loved it. I loved my time with Paladin. I loved my time with Dark Knight also. Ironically, Warrior is the only tank I've never taken into anything high-end. It's not true. I did EX1 with Warrior, like, frequently. Gunbreaker I've taken into re-clears of Eden Savage. Back when we were teaching people, I would take Gunbreaker because I wanted to try something new. I was bad at it. Gunbreaker's fun, but I'm bad at it. Red Mage is juggling mana between phases, yeah. In DSR, you purposefully don't do Confidier to hold Requisite Scat and Blade of Faith across an entire intermission. Wow. Picked up Dark Knight, partly out of spite. Good, that's why I picked it up too. Against people pressuring you to go Warrior. Okay, so something else, Burn. When we're trying to recommend jobs to you, it isn't pressure. You may take it as pressure, and for that I apologize. But when we're saying a job is good for beginners and trying to help you learn habits, we're not trying to say don't play this job, because play what you want. But more than just the FC you talk to. Well, then they're wrong. If someone's actually pressuring you, they're straight up wrong. But like, and also I love the idea of picking up Dark Knight out of spite, because I think World First was a Dark Knight, and Dark Knight was quote-unquote unusable back then for UCOB World First, and someone picked it up because thought it looked cool IDK. If people are legit pressuring you, they are factually incorrect. The correct job to play is the one you like. Paladin's pretty good in DSR. Not very bursty, tends to be a little weak in DSR most bosses. Yeah. I can see that. After you picked up Dark Knight, they dropped the patch notes for the buff that helped them. Oh yeah. Me with Red Mage in Eden's Gate and Paladin in Eden's Promise. Extra party mitigation on Paladin. Oh yeah, Paladin's so good for mitigation. So many Paladins don't use their mitigation. I know Divine Veil is screwy. Please hit that button more than never. I loved raiding on Paladin at the end of Shadowbringers though, to the point where I actually swapped from Dark Knight to Paladin because I wasn't having fun with Dark Knight in Eden's Promise. I just straight up wasn't. Like, I was a Dark Knight for Eden's Verse, and I liked it a lot. I took it into Promise after a 6-month hiatus, and I did not like how to play it in those fights of Savage. But I want to catch this thing so bad, but it is not a grass type. Picking up one as my taxi would be fun, though. But like, I was in Eden's Verse, got all the way to E11S, and decided last minute I was gonna change job. Which was not such a good idea because I was learning fights all over again. Although it worked out for the best in the long run. Because before we finished with E9S, I found out Paladin's rotation lines up so beautifully in that fight. And it helped with a lot of the strats we were doing for 9S. 10, I could not do on a Paladin. Our group's strat relied on the short invuln of Dark Knight. So I actually had to stick to Dark Knight for E10S. Otherwise, our group would have had to relearn the fight. And I didn't want to put the group through that, and I didn't want to go through that myself. Oracle of Darkness Paladin. Oh yeah, no, it's so good. E12S on Paladin is the actual literal best. Okay, yeah, Oracle of Darkness specifically. That was so good. That fight was so satisfying on Paladin. I got to pull, I got to main tank, I had to position the boss. Like, that fight is so good. Oh, that was like one of my actual favorite Savage fights ever. That was such a fun time. There's a reason I screamed when we beat it. It was the most satisfying moment in my entire career of 14. Like, out of all of the time I have ever played Final Fantasy 14, clearing E12S the first time was so satisfying viscerally. But, like, also, it was such a fun prog. Like, it was just good start to finish. I will go into that fight any day of the week. I love that fight. Unread is one of the best for you. I wish I could have done that while it was current. I talked about it a lot, but, like, I never got around to it. I was just happy to take a break, and I was just so high off of the elation of clearing that I was done. Okay, do I know anything with Thief? Okay, well, obviously not. Lombre can learn it. Third highest price worldwide for 2 weeks. Oh man, that must have felt great. It was so satisfying on Paladin. That's just a satisfying fight. You raise up Dark Knight and Machines want to pick up Summoner. Summoner and Red Mage are both incredible. Okay, so we're at a weird point in Final Fantasy XIV where all three casters have very unique, distinct identities. All three play incredibly well, and all three are good in a party.